History, Michael Schumacher Special, Part 1. The birth of a great champion. Michael Schumacher will turn 50 on Thursday, 3rd of January 2019, which is reason for F1 Today to look back through of the man who leads many of Formula One's drivers' statistics. In the first edition, we look at the journey Michael had before reaching the pinnacle of motorsport. Karts. Michael started racing in go-karts at the age of 4. At first, it was a normal, unaspirated kart, but over time, his father Rolf decided to put a small engine in it. His parents then decided to take him to the kart track in nearby Kerpen. Here Michael made his first meters as the youngest member of the club. Rolf decided to build his own kart after collecting various parts, and Michael won his first club championship at the age of 6. For the following step, Michael's parents had to work more. When he needed a new engine for his kart, he was supported by Jürgen Dilk. Dilk, a local businessman, continued to support Michael's kart seasons. Dilk also provided sponsors, so that Michael could continue to drive his races without problems. Michael achieved excellent results in his kart career. In 1984 he became the German kart junior champion and would repeat this in 1985. In 1986 he finished third in the German seniors class and also achieved a third place in the European Championship. After Michael stopped school, he gained experience as a mechanic which would help him in the course of his career. Formula Ford and Formula Koenig, the first steps in a race car. With the help of Jürgen Dilk, Michael decided to make the switch to motorsport. At the age of 19, he competed in the European and German Formula Ford Championship for UFA Racing. Michael achieved excellent results in these championships. Combined, he scored 8 podiums in 11 races, including 4 victories, and started from pole position during one of the European Formula Ford race. He was second in the European Formula Ford Championship behind Mika Salo that year. But Formula Ford was never the main goal for Michael in 1988. His real goal, Formula Koenig. In a season that had 10 races, Michael won 9. Becoming champion with almost a maximum number of points. With 192 points against the 131.5 from Austrian Georg Hutter, Michael was supreme. This title, combined with his excellent performance in Formula Ford 1600, saw Michael come on Willy Weber's radar. Willy Weber placed Michael in Formula 3 in 1989 in his WTS team. Previously Weber conducted a test at Hockenheim and was immediately convinced by the class of Michael. Weber paid for Michael's seat out of his own pocket and was convinced that he had a very large talent in his team. In 1989, the German Formula 3 Championship had a very large set of talents on the field. In addition to Michael, Heinz-Harald Frentzen, Michael Bartels, financed by Klaus Graf, the father of Steffi, the fast lady Ellen Lohr, Marco Werner, the Austrian Karl Windelner and the Danish Tom Christensen were also active in the championship. Michael started the season with 3 third places in a row. He defeated Heinz-Harald Frentzen during the 5th race at the Zeltweg circuit in Austria and won his first Formula 3 race. This victory was made possible by his first pole position of that year. During the 11th round of the championship at the Nürburgring, Michael again drove the fastest time in qualifying. He started from pole position and won the race. He was involved in a hard fight for the title until the end of the season. Eventually, he would be third in the championship. Karl Windelner got a point more than Michael, while Heinz-Harald Frentzen gained the same points as Michael, but had a victory more. During the Macau Grand Prix at the end of the year, Michael won the qualifying race, but during the main race he dropped out. In 1990, Schumacher was the obvious favorite for the title. He became champion in style and the world of motorsport became acquainted with a competitor for the future. Another upcoming driver, one Mikael Häkkinen, would drive the last race in the German Formula 3 Championship at Hockenheim. The Finnish driver was faster than Michael on all fronts. This episode got its sequel in Macau a few months later. During an exciting weekend, Häkkinen was the fastest in all sessions. The Finn won the battle for pole position, was supreme during the opening race and therefore started from pole in the main race. Schumacher and Häkkinen were engaged in a hard fight. At the start of the last lap, Häkkinen drove down the long straight towards the Lisboa curve and into the back of Michael. The Finn crashed into the wall and had to exit the race. Michael was able to continue without a rear wing and took the victory in front of Mika Salo and Eddie Irvine. Group C World Sports Car Championship and his contract with Mercedes. Webber was of the opinion that a partnership with Mercedes in the Group C World Sports Car Championship was a better career path for Michael than Formula 3000. Webber contacted Sauber and Mercedes and found for the 1990 season a spot in the Mercedes Junior program. This program included Karl Wendlinger and Heinz-Harald Frentzen. Michael had been involved in a tough fight for the German Formula 3 title against both drivers in 1989, but it turned out to be a golden choice. Under the direction of Jochen Mass, Michael developed into an excellent long-distance driver. This experience was exactly what Willy Webber was looking for. Schumacher scored 5 podiums in his Group C time, including 2 victories. As a junior team, they started during the 24 Hours of Le Mans in 1991. Michael got Karl Wendlinger and Fritz Grütz-Pointner as teammates. The team finished 5th behind the eventual winners Volker Weidler, Johnny Herbert and Bertrand Gecket. Schumacher also drove the 6th round of the Formula Nippon Championship, coming second in that race. During the 1991 season, Michael came into contact with Derek Warwick during a Group C racing weekend. Warwick, a true gentleman, was not happy with the German's action. Warwick had lost his brother Paul in an accident at Holton Park. The Briton rushed to Michael and shouted that the German was arrogant. It almost came to physical contact, but Jochen Mass kept the two apart. Mass later said about the incident, "Michael was not arrogant, he was always busy learning, he wanted to know everything and asked me questions continuously about everything that had to do with motorsport." In our next part, we take a closer look at the first Grand Prix of Michael. We talk about the connection with Flavio Briatore and his journey through the 1991 season. Next news: Verstappen, "If only my teammate was as slow as Bottas!" Max Verstappen aimed a thinly veiled dig at Mercedes duo Lewis Hamilton and Valtteri Bottas, saying he would likely be as quick as the 5-time world champion if he were partnered with a teammate who is not so fast like the Finn at Red Bull. Verstappen finished 2018 strongly to take 4th place in the drivers' standings despite a difficult start to the campaign which saw him make errors across each of the first 6 races. He was still over 150 points adrift of champion Hamilton, who won 11 races while Bottas went through the season without a Grand Prix win. While Verstappen had to battle Ricciardo to costly consequences at times, as in Baku, the Dutchman believes Hamilton's dominance over his teammate helped him perform to a higher standard. "Most drivers would become world champions in the car," Verstappen told AD. "Especially if you have a teammate next to you who is not so fast. If your teammate always drives so far behind, it is very easy to collect points. Of course I had Daniel Ricciardo much closer to me. Then you really have to fight for your points. There at Mercedes it was a completely different story. Hamilton, of course, fought against Ferrari, always had to stay sharp. But sometimes I think, the lesser your teammate is, the more relaxed you can drive yourself. And then you also know that the team is fully geared towards you. That only makes you faster. Next news: Verstappen on Brazil, Ocon yelled "Get the cameras and push me." Red Bull driver Max Verstappen has revealed that Esteban Ocon was provoking him when they clashed in the paddock after the Brazilian Grand Prix, as the two had already collided on track, costing Verstappen the win. Ocon and Verstappen have a history that goes back before F1. The two battled a lot in the Formula 3 Championship back in 2014 and were big rivals, often having contact and always scrapping. Then, at the Brazilian Grand Prix in 2018, the two clashed again. Ocon was trying to unlap himself on race leader Verstappen, which the Dutchman didn't expect. He left the Frenchman no room and they touched, spinning the Red Bull around and damaging his floor. Lewis Hamilton, who was in second place several seconds behind, took the opportunity to overtake Verstappen and take the win. Verstappen was absolutely furious with Ocon. Something like this happens often enough in other sports, the 21-year-old told Dad when looking back on the incident, as he shoved Ocon in the paddock when he saw him. "I think it's a bit strict," he referenced to his penalty for the shove, as he has to do community service for the FIA now. "My reaction was calm, if anything. I didn't hit him. I wanted to know why he did what he did. Then he started to laugh at me. I found that an inappropriate reaction, because I lost the race because of him. When I shoved him out of disbelief, he immediately started yelling, 'Get the cameras and push me, push me.' I don't hold back, I don't care about the cameras." Thank you for watching the video. Be sure to share and subscribe to your channel to get the latest sports news around the world. Wished health and success. Goodbye.